Once upon a time, a king dressed as a worker and went for a walk around the city alone at night. It was a winter night. The city was quiet. The doors were closed, and in the alleys, only occasionally, a dog, a beggar, or a passerby could be seen. The king was thinking of visiting different parts of the city to see whether the guards were truly doing their duty or not. The king reached one of the squares and saw 4 or 5 men standing in a corner, talking quietly. When the king tried to pass by them, they stopped him and said, "Wait, let us see who you are and where you are going." The king said, "I am a man like you, walking through the streets. The difference between me and you is that I mind my own business, but you are questioning me for no reason." One of the men said, "Very well, we don't have time for talk. How much money do you have in your pockets?" The king laughed and said, "If I had money in my pockets, I would be sleeping comfortably somewhere. I'm thinking about where money might be, but what business is that of yours?" They said, "Well then, it seems you are like us. If that is the case, and if you are clever, you can come with us. We are also thinking about where money might be. We are unemployed. We have no bread. Our work is done at night. Tonight, we want to go stealing, and we are making our plan. But this work is very difficult. One must climb walls, open doors with skill, stay silent, and be ready to escape. The homeowner may wake up. The guard may arrive. There is danger and trouble. In short, it requires ability. Are you man enough for it?" The king, who had never encountered such people before, felt curious and wanted to accompany them and understand their work. So he said, "I don't know. I have never done this before. But if you take me with you, I will come and help. If not, I will go my own way." The thieves said, "No. Now that you know who we are, we cannot let you go, because you might inform the guards and get us caught. Either we tie your hands and feet and leave you in a ruined place where no one can hear you, or, if you want to come with us, you must have a skill that is useful to us. We don't need a useless partner." The king said, "What a situation I am in! What skill should I have? You don't own a factory that needs a specialist. You climb walls and take people's property. I can help with that." The thieves laughed and said, "It's not that simple. Each of us has a special skill that is useful for this work." The king asked, "For example, what skill?" One thief said, "My skill is in my ears. When a dog barks, I know what it is saying. I can tell the difference between a dog warning of thieves and a dog barking from hunger." The second said, "My skill is in my eyes. Whoever I see at night, I can recognize the next day in any disguise. This skill is useful when selling stolen goods, so we don't get caught." The third said, "My skill is in my arms. I break through walls and remove doors from their hinges without making any sound." The fourth said, "My skill is in my nose. I smell the ground and can tell the scent of a jeweler's shop from that of a saddle maker." The fifth said, "My skill is in my hands. When it is time to throw a rope over a wall and climb, I throw the hook so skillfully that it holds firmly and can be climbed." Then the thieves said, "If we take you with us, what skill do you have that would be useful?" The king thought for a moment and said, "All of these skills are useful, but my skill is more important than all of them. Your skills are useful only until you are caught. But when you fall into the hands of a guard or a homeowner, none of these skills will help you. My skill is very strange. Its power is in my beard. It brings freedom and delivers people. Even if a guilty man is caught by guards or executioners, if I move my beard, he will immediately be freed." The thieves said, "Well done. Your skill is greater than all of ours. Truly, you are our leader and our chief. We are ready to give you a larger share so that we can work with peace of mind." They took the right alley and went on their way. After they had walked a short distance, a dog ran past them and barked. The thief with sharp hearing said, "The dog says a great man is traveling with you." The others said, "Yes, it means our new companion, whose beard brings salvation." They reached a low wall. One said climbing it would be easy. The one with the keen nose smelled the ground and said, "It is useless. This wall belongs to the house of a poor widow." They reached a taller wall, behind which trees were visible. The thief with skillful hands threw the rope over the wall, and they climbed into the garden. As they approached the building, the one with the keen nose smelled the ground and said, "We have come to a good place. This smells like a treasury of jewels." In a dark and safe place, the strong-armed thief dug the ground and reached the treasury from beneath the wall. They took as much gold, silver, jewels, and valuables as they could, passed silently through the garden, descended the wall with the rope, and went to a ruin near the city moat. They buried everything underground. Since morning was near, they said, "Let us separate now and return tomorrow night to divide the goods." One of them was to remain nearby, disguised as a beggar. They told the king, "Everything has gone well. Come back tomorrow night and take your share." After learning the location and their secrets, the king left them and returned to his palace. The next morning, he told the story to his minister. Officials were sent, the stolen treasury was seized, and the thieves were arrested and brought in chains before the court of justice. The thieves stood trembling as the judge listed their crimes and said, "People have no peace because of these night thieves. For the sake of example, summon the executioner." Before the executioner arrived, the king entered in royal dress and took his place. At that moment, the thief with sharp eyes pointed and said, "The man who was with us last night, whose beard had such power, is this very king." The thief with sharp hearing confirmed it and said, "Even the dog last night said a great man was with you. Now I understand what it meant." The executioner arrived. The judge asked, "Do you confess to your crimes?" They said, "Yes, we confess, but if justice is to be done, all of us must be punished together. Last night we were 6, but now we are 5. The judge said, "Identify the 6. They replied, "Wait. Each of us showed our skill. Now we are waiting for one more skill, one that can save us." The judge said, "Only the king can grant pardon." The king smiled. Everyone waited in silence. At last, one of the thieves recited loudly, "We all have done our deeds, O great one. Now, at last, move your beard." The king laughed and ordered that since this was their first offense, and the stolen property had been recovered, they should be pardoned. He ordered that each of them be given work according to their skill and said, "I forgave you once. From now on, every crime will have its punishment." Here the stories don't end, they just pause. The continuation happens in your heart. If you're still here, it means this story has found its way to your heart. So give me a sign,